Hey, looks like we got something for your series. There's been another immigrant death in detention, and this one looks questionable. Guy's name is Boubacar Ba, 52, from Guinea. I'm overnighting you a package of what we know so far. We got a contact in the facility who knew him and can show you around, but they're not letting any journalists inside. So you got to get into that detention facility another way. Find out what the conditions are like in there and why Boubacar Ba died. We need to break this story wide open.
You're the journalist, aren't you? I'm glad you're here. People need to know what's happening inside these walls. Boubacar was a good friend of mine, and he's not the only one who's been victimized. Listen, detainees really shouldn't be seen talking to guards, so we have to play it cool. I'll follow behind you a few steps back to let you know what you're seeing and introduce you to the others. Where do you want to go first? Take a look at the toilet stalls and showers. No doors, no shower curtains, no privacy. This kind of thing leaves women especially vulnerable to sexual assault, though some men have also complained of inappropriate behavior and comments from officers. The overcrowding is just awful. In each pod there are 80 people who share only 6 toilets, and the dining tables are right next to the toilets. We meet with our families in here. That's if they can find us. I haven't seen my family in 6 months because we're moved around a lot, sometimes to faraway and isolated locations. Here's where we spend most of our time, unless we're on lockdown. Then we can be in our cells for up to 22 hours with nothing to do. No way to pass the time. We're allowed outside rec maybe an hour every other day, if that. It's really just a room with ventilation panels. You're going to have to explore this one on your own. I can't risk getting caught. You'll find a lot of voluntary departure forms signed in there. Detention officers pressure people to sign papers they don't understand by verbal threats and physical intimidation. But if they sign them, they may never be able to come back again. If you find any information about my case, pass it on. There's no access to the internet in here, and few up-to-date legal resources on immigration and habeas corpus, so it's hard to represent myself, and I can't afford a lawyer. So any clues will help. I have no idea when I might be called before a judge or how long my appeal will take. I'm just praying that I won't be deported back to Italy and separated from my family. This is my cell. It's hard to sleep in here since they leave the lights on 24/7. And sometimes when there's been an immigration raid, they squeeze in a third cot, which causes fights over space. Then guards go from cell to cell, demanding all detainees get out of their cells, face the wall, and put their hands up. One time when I asked why we were being told to do this, a guard yelled at me and said, "Do you speak English?" When I didn't answer him, the guard punched me in the stomach and I fell to the floor. This is where they keep detainees that get out of line, complain, or they just don't know what to do with. Like the detainees that suffer from mental illness or are HIV positive and require special attention. But they don't get that here. It's hard to get access to decent medical care. There are 2 ways to get it. You can file a medical request form, which could take a week, or you can go to sick call, which is Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. But the line is always so long, especially on Mondays. You can wait anywhere from an hour to even 4, standing, and maybe miss breakfast just to see a nurse who usually just gives you Tylenol. And a lot of people don't trust the staff because they've been known to hand out the wrong medicine or not the right dose.